our life. We think it's going to fix everything, and it's just not. Okay, it's the same way if you have a bad offer, if you have a shitty website and a bad offer, ads, like send in more traffic to that offer and you run an ads doesn't fix your business. It's not going to help you with more sales. Same concept here. AI is not going to fix a broken system, okay? Unless you use it properly, of course. But you got to plug it into a working system, okay? So most tools are just standard code with the AI labeling. Everybody these days is slapping AI this, AI that. And 2 years ago, it wouldn't even be called AI. It's like, I have seen so many tools that 2 years ago, they existed 2 years ago, they were not called AI, and now they just put the AI labeling on it. Because it sells. That's the hype, okay? So, we want to stay away from that. You know, a good website to look at is the AI graveyard. There are thousands and thousands of AI tools that just end up dying out or going out of business, okay? And what does that tell you? That the word AI, like, that as being some sort of magic wand, just get that out of your head. It's not, okay? So I'm gonna just to speed up this whole class, I'm gonna skip over a few of these slides real quick. I don't think I need to cover every single one in depth, right?
Yeah, most people here. I mean, your story was awesome. I appreciate that definitely. But most people here, they have some businesses, they have a CEO or something. They've been through the process, making money, losing money, like whatever you shared exactly. So we're excited to hear what you want to share. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. Appreciate that. So what do we want to use AI for? We want to use it to fix our systems and processes. Well, first, you need to fix your systems and processes. You need to know what makes a business work. You need to be in the right market. You need to have a good, like, all these things need to be in place, okay? AI will help you streamline that whole process, sure, okay? Now, how would it relate to us in terms of, like, you guys doing who come from an SEO background? Okay. Well, in the GEO blueprint, first I tell you all the stuff you need to stop doing. That's absolutely going to destroy you. Okay. Especially when we hit week 2. Week 1 is all about AI. Okay. But when we hit week 2, I tell you about all the stuff you need to stop doing that's hurting your business, and I set you on the right track. Okay. With the market research and how to position yourself and all of that. Okay. But the great thing is, we don't have a lot of time here for me to get into every detail, but if you understand what I teach, the GEO, the AI search, and all of that stuff, like, in all these years of doing business, I've never came across anything so like if you just plug in what I tell you, it's so easy to sell to clients. Way easier to sell than SEO. Okay, why? Well, here's the thing. SEO already has a bad rap. SEO is actually difficult to sell. Okay? And I'm telling you that as someone who's done SEO for nearly 20 years now. SEO is difficult to sell. It takes a long time, right? You can't promise 2 weeks to people. You can't promise 1 month, right? You can't guarantee results. And clients have to pay you month after month after month, and there's nothing to show for it during that whole time, right? So that's why it's harder to sell, and it has a bad rap. Like, so many people don't know how to do SEO correctly, which there's like a love-hate relationship. Because so many people don't know how to do it correctly, that gives us an advantage. But at the same time, that gives us a bad rap. It gives the SEO industry a bad rap because so many clients got burned, basically, by past SEOs or people that promised them results and never got results, right? So SEO is actually very difficult to sell for all those reasons. But guess what? With AI, okay, I'm going to skip a lot of these slides just to get through all this faster. Okay? So with AI, with the GEO, your local doctor, the attorneys, your therapists, whatever, they're all using ChatGPT. Everybody's using it. Even when I went to my daughter's appointment, her doctor was literally looking up symptoms and things in ChatGPT. I'm like, whoa, what? Are these people really relying on AI for this? Like, this is insane. Okay? What does that tell you? It's instant. It's instant. What's the right word here? It's instant familiarity. People are already familiar with it. You don't need to explain it to them. They already understand it. Okay? They talk to the ChatGPT, and boom, it gives them answers, right? So when you have local businesses, right, especially ones who've done SEO in the past with you or whatever, and you offer this to them, it's such an easy sell, okay? And I tested an offer. So I put this email together, this email here. I blurred out, it's actually a long email. You can't see most of it, okay? I blurred out most of it, but I'm showing you just the title and the beginning part, right? I sent this out to them, okay? This email was only specific to past SEO clients, people who spent money with SEO in the past, right? And I sent them to a landing page with a VSL like a video sales letter, basically, me talking in the video, whatever, okay? And that single email, let me go to my Stripe account. And that single email generated over $80,000. That single email in that one day. Okay, this is that spike here, August 1st of 2025. Okay, and by the way, I logged into my Stripe account in real time. Ganesh can tell you. For all the current members that are in the GEO blueprint, I logged into my Stripe account in real time. When I first launched, okay? Like I told you in the beginning of the class, I'm like, hey guys, I'm doing this. Here, it gets results, okay? And I logged in real time, okay?
Guys, let me pause you for a minute there, Khaled, right? So I know he's covering all this. He will get to some of the lessons, right? But like I said, I was one of the few people in the beta group. I paid a pretty penny to be in that. And then I did a half-ass job of taking this email he sent, and I messaged the gist of the email to a couple of my past clients, and I already had 2 people in the loop, right? I actually mentioned that in yesterday's call as well, right? So I was mind blown just for like a dozen people initially. Now I think he has a total of like 20 people or so. Literally, I've been telling him, you need to bring this to my community because we want to be ahead of everybody else. So if nothing else you get out of this, right? This freaking email, you send it out, you will get clients, outsource it to people who know how to get it done, right? Me, Khaled, I don't know if Khaled takes white label, but there's so many ways you can make money. He'll get to the juice, right? I don't want to interrupt you, but I get excited seeing this, Khaled. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, thanks for that.
No problem, yeah, go ahead.
So getting clients with GEO is not the difficult part. That's not the difficult part. I just wanted to add this in here to prove to you that selling them is not the difficult part, okay? If you ever had past clients in any niche, literally any niche, it doesn't even need to be SEO clients. If you ever worked with a catering business, for example, maybe you hired one, you could always message them and say, hey, like, I'm doing this AI stuff search, I could get your business showing up, okay? Like our students here that already after the first week, they're getting these insane results, okay? And by the way, in that VSL, in that email, after they come to the landing page, I didn't have to get them on a phone call. I didn't have to sell them. I showed them stuff like this and I said, listen, you guys are not safe. Even the big companies are getting hit. And this is real. This is a real statistics, okay? Even big companies like Monday.com lost over 40% of their traffic, right? Why? Because AI overviews came in and ChatGPT and all of that came in, okay? So I'm showing them all this, and I told them, "Hey guys, listen. In the VSL, I'm just giving you an overview, not the word by word what I'm saying. But I told these past clients, listen, like if the big companies are not safe from this, okay, you're not going to be safe from this either. It's eventually going to affect you, okay? And all the money you spent with us in the past, like all the work we did, all that grind, and all that stuff, like." You know, it's gonna fizzle out if you don't get on this. You need to get in the AI overviews. You need to get it. You need to start doing this. Okay, this is the new currency right now. Okay, and it just blew up, man. It doesn't need a lot of clients because this is something you could charge anywhere between $3,000 and $15,000 for upfront. Upfront, not that doesn't even factor in consistent or month to month. Okay, you could charge an upfront fee, and you know your industry best. You know your client best. If you're working with someone who does water restoration, where a single client is worth like $30,000 to them, you could easily charge $15,000 upfront for this. Okay, so this $80,000 didn't even come from a lot of clients. It actually came from quite a few. Okay. So what the GEO blueprint solves? Well, first of all, what I don't write on this slide is that I show you guys how to build a system that works, a system where you don't have to go through all the problems that I faced. Okay, and I teach you about market research. I teach the correct way, not the typical SEO way that you guys learn it. I'm talking about the high level way. Okay, like the way that I learned it from the best people in the industry. Okay, and I merge that into everything else I'm doing with SEO, with ads, with everything else. Okay, I teach you how to position your offer. Okay, how to find your ideal customers very easily, like how to break through, how to find a crack in a good market and just have buyers waiting for you. And I'm not talking about running ads. I'm talking about organic traffic. Okay, so you need a good system. You need a system that works persistently. Okay. I don't even know if I'm gonna continue to the rest of the slides. I think maybe I should give you guys a quick lesson on something.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Because I promoted this big time on lesson. Of course, I want to make sure we all have an incentive. You have an incentive to show coming into your time. But we did a foundations webinar yesterday. A lot of people came. They're excited. We'd like to see if you can share something that's going to be useful for all of us. Definitely, Khaled.
Sure, absolutely. Let me switch my screen. Give me a second.
In the meantime, guys, if you
let me know. Look, if you guys have questions, or let me know. Like if you have.
Put it in the chat what you want to know. If there's anything you want to learn, anything at all, we can see if we can twist Khaled's arm. But is there anything specific you want to learn, or if you just want to learn how to make the money, how to approach clients, how to rank in AI overviews, ChatGPT. Obviously, he may not give away all the secret sauce, but while we have him here, what do you want to know? So we can know. Okay, so how to rank in AI overview, how to rank in AI. That's what people are saying. Awesome. Rank in AI overview. That's what most people want to know. Get into AI answers. What I care most about is how to make money. You won't hear it in the name, right? I don't care if it's AI, BI, CI. Okay, how can I make money, right? Cliff says tools to do the research, rank tracking. Everybody else says ranking in AI ranking, tools to know the opportunities for tracking. Okay, got it. Make money with AI. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Making money, Khaled. That's what I want to know with AI overviews and ranking in AI. How to get clients. Cool. Guys, by the way, we won't have a lot of time today. Give me a yes if we should ask him to come tomorrow, right? I'm throwing this live here. He can absolutely refuse and say, get out of here. But I think if enough people come here and say, we are interested in learning more, because I know today half of it went in a little bit on the background history, which is important. You need to understand it's not just an AI hack, but yeah, like can we corner him? Somebody said we can corner him. I don't know if we can, right? He can absolutely come back and say, get out of here, Ganesh, you're a piece of shit, right? You're trying to twist my arm. But hey, if you don't ask, we don't try. So a lot of people are saying yes. Peter says the purpose of this webinar is not met. What is taught is generic. That's what Peter says, okay? Yes, cornering him, yes. So here's what I want you to understand, that yes, we want to learn as much as we can from people who've been ahead of us. At the same time, I want to make sure we are also we don't take things for granted. He doesn't have to show nothing here, right? He came here, I know he gave a bit of a background, and that is important, and you need to know set the foundation on AI, and I asked him to cover a couple of things on AI, but we want to be a little bit of grateful also, that's what I'm saying. We don't want to just say, hey man, I know this generic stuff, you don't have to be here, right? So I just hope you guys understand, right? But yeah, so let's give it to Khaled. Khaled, yes. Thank you guys, I appreciate that, okay?
Okay, I'll show you guys how to get into AI overviews. How about that? I'll show you. This is something that I don't teach until week 2. So it's not even unlocked in the first week.
Okay, I want to first thank you for that, Khaled, because you don't have to do that. Guys,
I mean, maybe I shouldn't. But
well, now you gave your word, so I'm going to hold you to it, right? My community is sacred to me, right? And of course, we're grateful to you, Khaled. But hey, man, I understand now. You don't have to. Your people are paying you for this, and you're going to give it away for free.
Or how about this? Okay, I'll give you the main. Like, I don't know if we have a lot of time today because, like, I mean, there's a lot of details that goes into this. Like, inside the actual course training, we go over this in detail. Plus, you know, students, they hang out with me twice a week and we talk, right? But I'm gonna set you guys on the right track real quick, okay? So here's my whiteboard. I got my whiteboard. Do you guys see it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So where should we start? Okay. So I'm gonna draw this line here. We have the let's call this the persistent lane. And then let's call this a temporary, for temporary, the temporary lane, okay? The large language models, the LLMs, they have this pre-built index here. Pre-built, let's call this pre. Excuse my sucky, it's hard to write on a board, as you guys can imagine. Let me, that was the worst P ever. Pre-built. Okay, index. This is an index. And then you got this temporary lane where it does a live retrieval. Okay, so it pulls from these two places. So this is the user prompt. Let me write this down. This is the user prompt. Oops, what did I do? These boards are so wacky, like they just move. That's terrible. Okay, yeah, better. Okay, so this is the user prompt, and this goes into, let's say, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, right? What is ChatGPT going to do? Well, it depends on the prompt. Is the prompt about some factual thing? Oops, I dropped my, give me a second. So what is ChatGPT going to do? It's going to ask the question, is this prompt about some factual thing that already exists in this pre-built index? Okay. If it's already in this pre-built index, it's just going to retrieve the information from here. Okay. It's not going to do a live web search. Okay. And the pre-built index is, it's not just training data that it was trained on for that specific model. For example, you got ChatGPT 4, you got ChatGPT 5, and GPT 5.2, whatever, right? And each one has a specific limit of the kind of data it was trained on, right? It was cut off after a certain point. But each one can also do a live retrieval, okay? So for most of what we're doing, we're optimizing for terms that get the live retrieval, okay? Chances are, if you're starting a new business or your business is still new, you're not in the pre-built index, okay? But for most local stuff, like, for example, your local plumber, time-sensitive searches, so if the user's asking, what is the weather right now? Or, I don't know, like, what are the laws and regulations on cannabis in this particular state? The LLM is not going to pull from the pre-built index because laws always change. That's something that's time sensitive, right? So what is it going to do? It's going to do a live web retrieval. So it's going to come here, live retrieval, okay? And guess what? Guess where is it going to go? It's going to go to places like Bing. It's going to go to places where it has connected APIs, like maybe APIs to like shopping websites, like Shopify and maybe Amazon or whatever, right? Wherever it has an API connected to. That way it could retrieve the data from that live retrieval based on the user prompt, okay? But guess what? It's also looking in Google and Bing and places like that, okay? So what if we don't need to know this? As a matter of fact, you can't anyway. But what if it doesn't, like, there's a lot of tools out there that help you track mentions for prompt visibility, if you were mentioned for a specific prompt, okay? But those tools are pretty gimmicky because none of the LLMs give us search volume for user prompts. It doesn't exist. It's not like the Google Keyword Planner that actually gives an API to these search tools and lets us know what the search volume is and lets us know what are people actually searching. The LLMs doesn't tell us that. It does not, okay? So what do we do then? Well, we need to figure out what are the actual, there's another, like we got to go reverse engineer it and go about it a different way. If we can't figure out what the user prompt is, okay, for our specific market, then we got to go about it in a different way, okay? So let me switch to the keyword tool. You guys see the keyword tool?
Yes.
And like I'm just using this one. I have many keyword tools, but this one is very simple, and I find it helpful throughout the training. Okay. So I'm going to use my one of my favorite examples because I actually use a site like this as an OTS series in the training. Okay. But I'm going to do pressure washing. Or maybe I could do, wait, let me try sound producing. No, let me do a local better, because with local there are extra examples I could show you. So let's go back to pressure washing. Let's just do that. Okay. Okay, I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys about keyword psychology and buyer intent and stuff like that. So for example, I'm doing this search national. I'm not, well, let me do United States. I'm doing this search national, not local. Why? Because a lot of these terms that show up here are not going to show up if I actually type the city name. Okay? I don't need to search it on the city name level, because when people are typing phrases like this, the reason it shows here 570,000 average monthly searches is because these people are scattered throughout the whole United States. So whatever's showing up for them is not actually whatever you see here, let me zoom in. Whatever you see here on the side is not actually what's showing up for them, okay? The keyword tool is just showing you that because I have it set to national. But if I were to type this in Google, it's showing me the actual local results without me typing in the city. I'm sure you guys already know that, right? Because it's reading my location. So for that reason, for me to uncover a lot of these buyer keywords and micro pains and things that I want to look for, I'm going to set it to national. I'm not going to stick to local, because with local, you're going to find things like near me or NYC, near me, whatever. Like, we already know that. It's the typical local stuff. I want to dig deeper. I want to know if there is a micro pain tied to this that I could target. Okay, we got soft wash roof cleaning. Why does it say soft wash and not pressure washing? Power wash tile. So I want to come here. I want to actually search the term, and I want to look for the people also ask for related services and products and things like that. I want to look at these things. Okay, and I also want to look at the autocomplete. You see this autocomplete? Soft wash roof cleaning near me. Soft wash roof cleaning cost, right? Soft wash roof cleaning solution. So in case you guys don't know, the reason why people ask soft wash and not power washing or pressure washing is because pressure washing can damage the tiles, it can damage the paint, it can damage the roof, right, when it's too strong. So people request soft wash, okay? So this is literally a micro paint I could now target. I'm like, okay, so I know people care about soft wash. Let me dig into this deeper. And maybe I could come in with a solution for this. If I'm doing pressure washing, let's say my niche is pressure washing. I'm a pressure washer. So I'm going to analyze the Google autocomplete. Soft wash, roof cleaning equipment, chemicals. Like this is, you guys do not know how valuable this is, okay? I want to take these words, chemicals. I want to take the word equipment. I want to take the word how to clean a roof. So some of these are not going to be relevant for me, but some of them, like the chemicals, I want to know what kind of chemicals people are actually using. Okay? And what I'm going to do, long story short, because we don't have a lot of time here today, I'm going to make note of the different kind of chemicals that people are using, and I'm going to look at all these questions that people are asking. Okay? I'm going to compile all this into a spreadsheet. The best soft wash roof cleaning chemicals. So look at that. It's giving me this list. Okay? Giving me this long list. Why is this important? Let me show you why it's important. Let me go back to the whiteboard real quick. Okay? Okay, we're back here on the whiteboard. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. Do you guys see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay. Why is it not moving? Let me try to move it. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, so this user prompt, let's say this is the user prompt for soft wash. This person wants soft wash solution or soft wash near me, okay, or whatever. Maybe it's a local prompt, whatever, okay? The point is, it has to do with soft wash, okay? What is the LLM going to do? What is ChatGPT going to do, okay? It's not actually doing a live query for this exact phrase, whatever the user prompt was, because the user prompt could be long, and every user prompt is going to be different, okay? What is it going to do? It's going to use semantics. It's going to say, wait a minute, well, soft wash involves a specific chemicals. So what is it going to do? It's going to split this prompt over here into small strings, smaller queries, okay? So one string attached to this is going to be the chemicals used, okay? And then another string attached to this is going to be surfaces. Surfaces, okay? What kind of surfaces do people typically care about when it comes to soft wash? Usually paint, usually roof, maybe vinyl or something. Like, I don't know, right? I'm not the pressure washing expert. I used to do a lead gen site with it, so I am familiar with some of the terms, but I'm not a pressure washing expert, okay? But the ChatGPT understands semantics. It doesn't work the same way a search engine does that just shows you the top ranking results. The job of the LLM here is to give a really detailed answer, okay? So it knows the user is also looking for pricing. So it's going to do another one based on pricing and maybe reviews as well. So pricing and, let me zoom out. Oops.
So if I may ask a question, Khaled, right? I think this is running in everyone's mind. If I go and prompt, I'm searching for the best soft wash near me or whatever, ChatGPT is going to take the prompt and then go do a search on the chemicals we got related to soft pressure wash, the surfaces, the pricing, reviews. He's going to do all that real-time searches and come back and put those things together. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, if the user prompt is specific to that micro pain, like, okay, soft wash, it's not just a service. If you think about it, the intent behind it is a micro pain. What's the micro pain? People don't want pressure washing. So yes, soft wash is a subset of pressure washing. We know that, okay? But what's the micro pain behind it? The micro pain is people don't want pressure washing specifically because it could damage the surface. And the LLM knows that. So what is it doing? It's doing a search for the different kind of surfaces that people usually use for soft wash, right? And then it's going to tie that in with the chemicals that are used during soft washing. And then it's going to look for maybe the company that because it already knows this user's geolocation, right? Geo, not generative engine optimization. I mean geo as in location. But it also knows that person's geolocation, right? So it's going to look for the person that fits all these criterias, right? Hold on, let me zoom out again.
Awesome. So unlike, go ahead, sorry.
If you know what the LLM is searching for to find this query, then what the prompt is doesn't matter. Because we know no matter, like, the prompt could be different in so many different ways, but if it's still related to someone looking for soft wash in that local city, for example, it's gonna, these local results here, I mean, these longer tailed searches that it does is going to be around the same, right? It might differ slightly here and there based on the prompt, but we're talking about one subject here, one topic, which is soft wash. Okay, if someone is looking for that, then I just know that anyone, if I want to optimize for soft wash and I'm a pressure washing company, okay, I'll optimize my homepage for pressure washing, but guess what? My inner page is going to have a specific page targeting optimizing for soft wash. But on that soft wash page, I'm not going to say we're the best soft wash, whatever. I mean, yeah, you could say that, but guess what? I'm going to add all these related semantics. I'm going to talk about the chemicals. I'm going to talk about the surfaces, right? And I'm going to combine that into my page. So I'm going to talk about brick, vinyl. I'm going to talk about pavers, concrete, right? I'm going to talk about all the different surfaces that people usually care about when it comes to soft wash. And then I'm going to talk about the chemicals, okay? What's going to happen is the ChatGPT is going to look at that and say, holy shit, this guy's hyper contextualized. Let's just serve this. Let's just serve that, okay? And then you're going to have Google also look at this, the AI overview, and it's going to be like, okay, well, this guy, like, you know, the semantics fits the bill. Because it's not just what other SEOs are doing. Like, literally every SEO and their mom is like, best pressure washer NYC. Like, literally that's all they can come up with is, what if you could just find the micro pains people, like your subset of your niche, all the different subsets of your niche. But how do you know people are actually searching it in ChatGPT? It's not going to differ too much from the Google autocomplete and the Google, you know, the people also ask. And whatever people type in Google, it's not going to differ so much. So it almost doesn't matter what the prompt is. If you optimize for it, you will get retrieved for it. Okay? So let me...
Love it. Awesome. So unlike traditional SEO, I can't just put a keyword in the title tag and expect ChatGPT to show up my website, my stuff. Amazing.
So let me give you guys another example in case this doesn't click. Okay? Let's say I'm a pressure washing company, and by the way, I already did this exercise in the actual training, in the actual GEO Blueprint training. Okay? Let's say one of my, I found out that there's this micro pain, you know, while I'm digging through the keywords, and then, you know, I search that keyword into Google and see what else comes up. Like, I want to gather as many different semantics and different words that people are using as much as possible, right? Like, I want to dig into all that stuff. But let's say I discovered that somebody types in pressure washing for restaurants or pressure washing for property managers, okay? And I actually did this exercise, and I found out the real reason why property managers search for pressure washing. But they search for it in a, like, they search for a specific solution to a micropain that's not actually tied to the pressure washing itself, okay? So the micropain is, property managers usually like to document the before and after because they got to prove to the owner that nothing was damaged, and they need a deliverables, work fulfilled, whatever. They need documentation, okay? So commercial places, property managers, whatever, they usually care about that stuff. They want before and after documentation and all that, okay? Guess what? I'm going to create, and again, you're going to uncover this while you're doing the keyword research, and then filtering it down into Google, okay? You're going to uncover a lot of this stuff. What's going to happen is you're going to optimize an inner page for property managers, okay? So you're not just targeting pressure washing. You're targeting pressure washing for property managers, and you're going to talk about all their little pains. We document the before and after. You're going to have an FAQ that answers all their questions, right? Now, guess what? Every time someone on an LLM, especially a real estate agent, because guys, like, I don't think you guys realize how powerful this is. Real estate agents use ChatGPT and LLMs, right? Construction workers use ChatGPT and LLMs. Restaurants use, like, literally there's somebody in every single niche that's using the LLM. And what is that LLM doing? It knows who they are. It knows they are a real estate agent. It knows they are a construction worker or whatever. I don't know. Whatever their expertise is. Because those people have a history with that LLM, where the LLM collects data on them based on their historical chats and all of that, right? So when one of those people is a property manager who doesn't even need to mention to the LLM that, hey, I want this specific for property manager, okay? All he has to do is type it in LLM, I want the best pressure washing service near me or whatever, right? The sheer fact that you have an inner page, the specific for property managers, guess what? Or real estate agents, guess what? That LLM is going to start showing you to that user, okay? There's literally millions. Like, you guys understand that there's 800 million weekly ChatGPT users alone. That's only ChatGPT, not including Perplexity and Claude and Grok and Gemini. Do you understand? And all those LLM tools know who their users are. Like, people who have accounts, they know who you are. You don't have to tell the LLM every time you use it, by the way, I'm a real estate agent, right? Like, it knows who you are based on your past chat. So it uses that to determine what are the best results going to be for you. Do you understand? And let's actually look this up here. Look, let me show you what these people are doing. Pretty much everybody here, if I probably click on any of these people, let's go to their website. Okay, he's selling equipment. He's not relevant to. It looks like he's renting out equipment or something. Let's click on another one. Let's click this one. See if. Commercial, residential, solar panel, right? So he has the subsets, the service category, basically the service family. The service family means, is it pressure washing for your deck? Is it pressure washing for your roofing? Whatever, right? So he has that in place. But what he doesn't have in place is a specific persona, like pages that target restaurants, property managers, real estate agents, okay? What he doesn't have in place is a specific, like hyper-contextualized pages, like what what I told you earlier about having all these semantics about the surface types and the chemicals and all of that, right? So none of these people, and this person seems well established only because his reviews are high, but I can still obliterate him easily.
So this is good. I don't want to stop you really, but people are asking questions. Hey man, this looks like the SEO is the foundation, but we got to build a lot more pages, a lot more intent-based content around it, stuff like that. I know we have 1 hour 15 minutes past already. So number one, I want to see if Khaled can answer some questions. But number two, let's do this, guys. Right? This is literally I paid $3,500. Okay, full transparency to get into Khaled's inner circle. Okay, and I told Khaled, man, I want to bring you to my inner circle. And what can you do to give some kind of a freaking offer to Khaled, to my community from him? Okay, and so number one, a lot of people said, Khaled, they would love for you to come and teach again, maybe answer questions tomorrow. I know you already covered 1 hour and 15 minutes, and you covered this stuff which is inside our inner circle. Is that something you can do tomorrow, Khaled? I'm putting you on the spot. You can say, shut up and get out of here, but I'm putting you on the spot. Okay? Guys, can we show some love? Yes, if you want him to come tomorrow. Khaled, is that something you can do tomorrow? Let's see if we can come on, guys. Give me some love, okay? Tracy says gold. Peter says yes, yes, yes. Zia Jensen, okay, yes, yes. Khaled, a lot of people are saying, yes, can you come tomorrow and teach more of this stuff? Can you please, Khaled?
Shut up and get out of here. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Yeah, absolutely. I'll come tomorrow. Tomorrow.
And guys, let's do evening tomorrow. Number one, I appreciate that, Khaled. Thank you so much. Peter said he's pissed off with us. I know, I thought so, that he was quiet for some time, but he said, yeah. So thank you. Guys, this stuff that he's showing is like week 1, week 2 of 8 weeks in there, okay? Some of the stuff that she was explaining in the coaching call last week, stuff about how you don't, in SEO, you need to get backlinks. With GEO, you don't need backlinks. You can have a brand mention in a different site that is not linking to us, and that's still going to help us. That's a big deal for us if you want to influence ChatGPT based on this market research that he was showing you. Like, if you put on-page and off-page together, things click, right? Similar here, there's a lot of stuff that you learn. You put it together, it'll click. And somebody asked a question, it seems like a lot of work. There's something called AI that's going to make it a lot easier. You don't have to type out the content. It's going to write it out for you, right? Khaled, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but thank you for that tomorrow. What time tomorrow you think we can do tomorrow, Khaled? I'll leave it to you.
How about everybody types in, posts their times, and then let's just average it out to that.
Yeah, do you want, guys, do you want same time tomorrow?
And do you make sure you put the time zone. So if it's Eastern time, put Eastern time.
Yeah, put it Eastern, same time or evening, okay? Some of them say same time. A lot of people are saying 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Well, a lot of people are saying same time, 12 p.m. Okay, there's a lot of people. Jesse is the one I love, man. He's like, whatever. But this information, I will get up at 3 a.m. and come, right? Some people are saying 6 p.m., 9 p.m. I know there's a lot of people who are in Asia, Australia, who may not be available this time. I have my coaching course at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Can we do that? Or do you want to do it in the evening? I'll leave it to you, Khaled.
So what is most people saying same time?
Yeah, most people are saying same time, like 12 noon. Can we do 12 noon then tomorrow?
Okay, let's do 12 again.
Okay, I appreciate that. Now, we'll bring him tomorrow, guys, okay? But I want to show this to you. Khaled, can you bring up your school community if you don't mind? Because I want to show them what is going on here, okay? Now, guys, this is free training for you. You can literally take that email script he showed you, send out emails, and then just go this, and then look at the number of people, members of that, 26. 3 or 4 of those are all like moderators and his VA, right? Literally around 20 people in the group, okay? And we paid a pretty penny to get in. I've been twisting his arm to say, dude, I love your content. We need this stuff, okay? Can you do any kind of a discount, okay? Can you show a price point on this, Khaled, please?
Right. Let me go. Settings. Pricing. I mean, this is cheap for what it is, but it's going to be way less than this for you guys. Only because he kept twisting my arm. He kept telling me, Len, we could get more people in.
So 3,497 per year, right? That's what these founding members initially paid.
And that's honestly, Ganesh, real quick, that only breaks down to like $291 a month. If you actually look at a lot of other programs out there, they don't even cover 1% of what I dig into, like all the technical stuff. Whatever I covered today was literally nothing. It was basic. So basic, like it's literally nothing. I'm just showing, what I covered today was just showing you guys how the LLM functions when it does a search for the user. It's not actually looking for the exact phrase. It's breaking it into parts because it understands the intent and the user history of who's trying to serve the answer to, right? And people are not optimizing for how the AI actually looks for answers. And I show you how to do that. But what I showed you guys today is so basic compared to what's actually in here.
Yep. And here's the thing, guys, right?
You guys are going to come in here at a complete steal. Do you want to tell them, like,
yeah, I literally came, I'm a Desi, Indian, right? I'm a Sri Lankan, born in Sri Lanka, grew up in India. Even if I buy a $5 a samosa from Indian store, I haggle with them. So I go to Khaled and I'm like, dude, can you open this to my community for $500? And he's like, get out of here. Don't even talk to me, right? And then okay, so finally he agreed to come for less than half, right? Literally he agreed for, I think around 1997. And I pushed back and said, Khaled, 1997 is awesome. I appreciate that. How many of you guys think 1997 is good, okay? Give me a yes or good if it's good. Give me a no, it's still too high if you think it's still too high, okay? Price in rupees, it's not rupees, okay? It's dollars, right? Literally, it comes down to...
US dollars. And it's basically 42%, 42% off of what I'm actually charging, what other people pay.
He's giving you 42% off, 1997. But I again went back to him and said, dude, give me a payment plan. So they do like a 997 times 2 or something, or like $1,000 times 2, right? And so the first month they pay $1,000, right? Like Prime Local says, I'm poor, right? Our goal is put it on a credit card or something, and then make the money with the stuff we're showing you how to get the client, because this is literally gold. Like if you're paying 997 this month and 997 next month, right? You can literally make the money. If you're paying 1997, I think it's 1,000 and 1,000, but 1997 one time, you're going to get some bonuses from him and me as well. Okay? So Kent is like, what exactly is involved? Can you, I'm going to give the link over here, guys, if anybody wants to jump in, okay? But can you cover a little bit of what's involved, a little bit so people understand, Khaled, if you don't mind?
Okay, yeah. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me switch screens.
Yeah, so this is live, guys, okay? He's literally changing it right now, and I'm putting the link in the chat right now if you want to jump in. Okay? This is the one payment. If you want the two pay, we haven't figured out, okay, it's like maybe 1,200 times 2 or something, or 1,100 times 2, but it doesn't have the bonus. The link I put here is a one-time payment, 1997, that has a bonus also, right? And it's not like a marketing gimmick, guys. Honest to God, 3 weeks of haggling, negotiating, going back and forth with him on why my community is awesome and he should put it in. Tracy says, give me monthly. I don't know if he can do monthly, to be honest, because you have to understand something called first movers advantage, guys, right? The reason Facebook made a lot of money, okay, before any other social platform is because they were one of the first ones ahead of the curve. Does that make sense, right? So you have to sometimes as an entrepreneur, you have to think creatively. We got Jensen over here. Last couple of weeks, he came back and said he wanted to buy something. He sold it to his client, got paid, and then he came and bought it from here. That's what you want to do. As an entrepreneur, what I love about Khaled is he goes deep dives into the technical stuff, but more than that, in the coaching calls, he actually talks about how to sell this stuff to clients so they pay for you. Does it make sense? Okay? Okay, Khaled, do you want to show what's inside this? Give us an overview.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, guys, this is not restricted. Like, even though I'm really good at SEO, it was never my passion. This is the honest truth. It was never my passion. But guess what? It paid the bills. It helped me start a software company, right? It helped me get into film production and like things that I actually like doing. Okay? And it could be like that for you. You don't have to like SEO or AI search and GO and all that stuff, right? The point is you use that as your gateway to actually do the things you want to do. You don't need to love it. Okay? Like if you listen to people like Gary Vee, you're gonna go broke because this guy's always telling you do your passion, do your passion, do your passion. I'm like, bro, what if my passion doesn't pay the bills? Like, shut up already. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I do SEO because it pays the bills, and I started a marketing company, right? And like now I have it automated. I have a team, right? And like it just works for me, right? And then I do the things I actually love doing. But look, guys, I want you. I'm about to switch the slide, but before I switch the slide, I want to make sure you actually go to this specific link, Viper University, which is Ganesh, did you post it in the chat?
Yes, I put it in the chat. Yes.
Okay, so go in the chat and just click. It has to be that specific link. Okay, I need to know who came from him, and because I have to do specific classes for you guys, is separate from the people that are already more advanced. By the way, guys, the people in the current class, the people that are in the current class already came from like SEO masterminds, and they're getting crazy results. Okay.
Those guys, the inner circle guys, they paid $8,000 on my original 2014 time. Okay? It's an annual fee. You don't have to renew next year, 1 year from now if you don't want to. You will make this money way before then, trust me, if you just implement.
You know what? People told me already that they found far more value in the live class sessions than the course training, because in the live classes, it's not just like, okay, there is a lot of question and answers, and sometimes I'll dedicate a live class to like for a specific lesson, like just to do a lesson for that class, okay? But sometimes people will come in with an area they're actually stuck at, and I'll dissect the entire thing and just get them unstuck, okay? So the live sessions are extremely valuable. It's not just something that I'm throwing in there as if it's some superficial bonus. It's not. Like, this is stuff, a lot of the nuggets, the gold nuggets that I dropped, like, it took me years of pain, suffering, and losing a shit ton of money, $1.5 million losing, getting into different business and just trying to understand business, right? And getting into masterminds, right? And I'm dropping, as these people are on these live calls, like, they'll just ask me something, and I drop these gold nuggets and set them on the right track, okay? So this is ultimately coaching. This is why it's annual, but you could cancel. I don't care if you cancel. You do what's right for you, but I just want to build a group of champions, elite champions. This is what I want to do, okay? So let me go over what I do cover in the training, okay? And I am never, ever going to discount the price again. At least I don't plan to, because moving forward, I'm probably only going to increase the price, not discount. And the reason it's not monthly, because I just don't function like that. Like, I don't want to deal with churn and people who are unserious, because, like, other people told me, like, when you have these monthly memberships and stuff like that, like, people will come in for a couple months and then cancel, and sometimes you'll have bad actors, right? Like, people who come in and they're just bad actors, right? They want to see what's there. They want to download the videos and just leave. Like, I'm not here for that. I want to build a long-term relationship. I want you to come on the live class and talk to me like a real person and let me help you, okay? I'm being genuine, sincere about that, okay? This is not something like you just come in and like, oh yeah, whatever, I'm gonna, like, you know, like the next day, like if I made it monthly, that's how people would, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of bad actors would do that. I just want a people that I could build a long-term relationship with. That's why it's yearly, because I could stay with them long enough, and I don't need a lot of time with you. I already did this 4 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of live calls already. We did like 7 classes already, right? And you guys will have access to the replays soon. The replays do not unlock until after week 1, but you guys will have access to the replays where I drop a lot of golden nuggets.
Before you go into week 1, week 2, week 3, I want to just cover one thing, guys. Honest to God, you guys know, in 8 years of me having a community, I promoted maybe 4 people, right? And I have 10,000 people in my Facebook group, 8,000 people email list. You'll be surprised the number of people who reach out to me every week asking me to promote some stuff for course or info or service, right? I do not. Only 4 in the last 8 years, right? Even this, when I learned it, I could have just taken the stuff, included it in my mastermind, and sold my mastermind, which is a $3,000 mastermind. But I said, no, this is something the Khaled, what is covering is crazy stuff. If you understand it, it is going to be crazy, right? Khaled, here's what I'm going to do. Those who take the one-time payment, I'm going to do client outreach and give them 2 client appointments so they can sell this to them. How about that? Okay, that's my bonus for the one-time payment if you want to. Just want to throw it out there, right? Okay, this is, if you haven't seen value, it's okay. No big deal. It's not for everyone. But even a couple of people who jump in, the world is our playground. The opportunity is crazy. Like, I have clients here. I have to talk to my sales guy, Danny, because I need his help because I have more clients now interested in AI search than SEO. People are like, SEO doesn't work, but everyone wants to know about AI, right? Go ahead, Khaled. What does it cover? Week 1, week 2, week 3. Let's go quickly.
Right. So real quick, just because I say week, well, first of all, when I opened this, it was originally on our own portal, our own platform, which is viperuniversity.com, and then I closed it. Like, if you go to the homepage, it says closed. Never opened it again. But we started facing platform glitches and things, and I didn't want to deal with, like, I didn't want to waste time with fixing glitches. So I'm like, well, whatever, let's just go to school, okay? So I moved over, I moved the whole group. Ganesh knows this. He still has access to the old portal, but we don't use it anymore. Everybody moved over to school, okay? But the word week doesn't mean that, like, all the value is in 1 week. Week 1 is literally the last 2 to 3 years of nonstop deep research, experimenting, and digging into AI. Like, I wish maybe tomorrow I'll pull up the screenshot. But if I show you the screenshot of ChatGPT showing me the amount of messages I sent over, like testing things and playing around with things and seeing how it works and doing that, and then like I'll try to rank something and then ask it a question to see if it actually sees it, right? Like I think it was like over 50,000, 60,000 messages or something like that, and that's ChatGPT alone. I pay like over $800 a month in AI tools. I'm on the Pro version, the $200 a month version of ChatGPT. I'm on the Cloud Max version. I'm on the Pro Perplexity version. I'm just like, I use up these things like crazy. Because I research a lot, okay? And I'm trying to understand the LLMs, okay? So week 1 does not mean, oh, it's only 1 week's worth of value. That's not what it means. The reason why I labeled everything as week 1, week 2, week 3 is because it's just a sequence. It's a way of sequencing the training, so that way people when all the weeks are unlocked, and people don't just jump from, like, instead of week 1 they jump to week 3 or something. So I want to make sure they go through all this in sequence, okay? And so that's all it really is. But the value in there, like, for example, in week 1 alone, it will set you ahead of 99% of people. This is not even hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating, okay? Every single thing that I uncovered in the past 2 years, I shove it all down in week 1. I don't make you go through so many weeks just to get the gold nuggets. I literally put everything in week 1. Why? Remember what I talked about earlier in the beginning of this. If you can have all the resources and tools you want, okay? But if you don't have direction, if you don't have your systems and processes in order, right? If you're all over the place and you're disorganized, if you're not in the right market, if your offer is bad, like, if all these little pieces are not right, your foundation crashes, okay? So that's why I literally give you all the AI research that I ever uncovered in week 1. It's all there. And guess what? It's not just, no, let me rephrase that. It's not all of it. It's the stuff that's going to set you 99% ahead of everyone else. And the stuff that I felt that was just like, maybe it's not necessary, I left it out. It's the same concept that I followed with SEO. Like, with SEO, we have about 200 ranking factors. I only do like 4 of them. And that gets me 95% of the results, okay? Backlinks, anchor text, inner page URL, right? Title tags, on-page content, like, just the major core concepts, things that I do so well, and it obliterates the competition. who are like trying to do 200 different things. And by the way, Google literally tricks us. It tells us, hey, I mean, they have to tell us these 200 ranking factors, because if they don't, then people will uncover the primary ranking factors, right? So they have to confuse you with these 200 different things. And a lot of these ranking factors won't even move you like 0.5%, right? So I carried that concept with me to the AI stuff. And I said, you know what? Let me just focus on the stuff that's going to guarantee them results no matter what. Look at Greg, the earlier screenshot, right? Literally after the first class, after 12 hours, I wish I could get him on this call. Maybe I'll talk to him to see if he comes on the call tomorrow. After 12 hours, he started jumping into the AI overviews. After 12 hours. Imagine how you could hook clients, get them results and say, look, this is what I could do within this amount of time. So imagine what I'll do if you would retain me consistently. It is literally the easiest sell. Okay? And something like this doesn't come by every so often. Like this is like the early SEO days where like everybody wanted to be first on Google and it was so easy to sell. Now SEO is not easy to sell. It's saturated. It has a bad name because clients, got burnt before, right? But I'm talking about back then, 2008, 2009, 2011. It's like we used to just crush it because there weren't a lot of SEOs that knew how to do it. Okay, so this puts you. Where's the week one? Okay, so this puts you ahead of everybody else because literally no one figured this out. Everything I put in week one, no one figured it out. Okay. You could go through the rabbit hole of YouTube. You could go buy all the courses you want. I guarantee you nobody figured it out. Okay? This is just what I do. This is what I do full time. I'm not on social media. I just like reverse engineer stuff. Okay? The stuff that actually matters is going to get you results.
This guy Khaled is like the senior version of me, right? I thought I was the one, that pride myself in reverse engineering Google and all that, and this guy is like on steroids. Sorry, Khaled, go ahead. Week 2, what's week 2?
Right, so week 2 is market research. I didn't put a lot of time into these slides, right? I didn't lay out everything. But market research, in the way you think it is not really what it is. Okay? I talk about how to actually position yourself, how to crack into any good market. And I say good because I teach you to stay away from the bad markets. And then I lay out for you what are the bad markets and how to eliminate them quickly. So I teach you how to leverage your own expertise to get into that market. So, like I said earlier, SEO is not my passion. Guess what? I use everything I learned to get into things that I do know, things that I can tap into, that I could use my expertise in, things that I'm passionate about, right? So yeah, I have an agency, but I also do these things that I'm actually passionate about. And I teach you how to do that. You could literally crack into any market you're passionate about, and I show you how to do that quickly without competing with everybody else and sounding the same as everybody else, okay? So this goes beyond just like optimization. This gets into real 101 business foundations, like real technical business stuff, okay? Real high-level business stuff, okay? And some stuff I learned the hard way, some stuff I picked up in masterminds, okay? Some stuff, like this is foundational. There's nothing fluff in here, okay? If your business runs, like this is the most important part of, before getting into any business, before even registering your domain name, okay? This is the most important part. And then I show you keyword research, okay? After the market research, I show you keyword research, okay? After you found your unique offer and all of that, after I show you all of that, I get into segmenting your keywords, how to do it properly. And then I tell you, I teach you, which I didn't show here. Here I told you what the LLMs do. They split the prompt into different queries, okay, into these different semantics, and then they gather information to compile a single answer, okay, based on who the user is and what the user intent is. What I didn't teach you here was how to actually know the exact queries that the LLMs are searching for. The exact queries they're actually searching for, so you're not guessing. Okay, that's in week 2, right? So week 3 is technical GEO and site structure. So here's the thing. This is not an SEO course, but I take everything I know from SEO, the core concepts, and I automatically merge it into here. So as we're building out our site, as we're branding out our site, right? and I teach you how to map out your pages in a way that's going to not only convert for users, but work best for the Google AI overviews, for the LLMs, for all of that. Okay? But we also merge into that all the SEO stuff that we already know. So I don't leave that out. It's not two separate things, okay? Because they overlap, okay? So some things from SEO still has to be there. And that will make the stuff for the AI stuff more effective. And some stuff for the AI has to be there. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes that would also help with the SEO stuff, okay? But the way I lay it out for you, the way I teach it, is what works best now, okay? Okay? Week 4 is authority building, okay? Building out your site authority and AI-weighted backlinks. Now, notice I don't say backlinks. I say AI-weighted backlinks, okay? And if you watch week 1, I literally go through everything about that. I tell you exactly the exact scoring signals. You know, in Google, we have ranking factors. With AI, we have retrieval scoring signals, okay? And that is the term I put because nobody figured it out. No one was even using that term. I said, oh, well, these are the retrieval scoring signals, right? 2 years ago when I was doing this stuff, okay, this is not new information I found out recently. When I was experimenting with this stuff, I'm like, how come nobody has information on this, okay? This is why this is the only training I ever done. Because the way my mind works is, if I cannot offer something unique, I'm not going to do it. Okay? But no one has figured this out, so this is why I developed this training. You understand? So the AI-weighted backlinks is specific for the kind of links that the LLMs actually retrieve and look for. Okay? If you know where they're going, then it's easy to it's easy to get retrieved. Okay? If you know where they look. The AIs don't care about your PBNs. ChatGPT is not going to look at your PBNs. I promise you that. It doesn't give a crap about it. It doesn't give a shit about your guest posts. Your crappy guest posts, it doesn't give a shit about it. Okay? I mean, PBNs still work and they're effective and they do help indirectly. Right? Why? I mean, they help indirectly because sometimes if you show up for a specific term in Google, right? And maybe the AI is scanning for something and it sees you there, right? So that's how it helps indirectly. However, it does not help directly because they're not actually looking at page rank and scanning your PBNs. That's not what they do. And I go through this in thorough detail in week 1, okay? But in week 4, we actually execute on it, okay? So after we got the market research, well, first after you understand how everything works in week 1, and then in week 2, we got the market research. We're developing our offers. We know we're in the right market. We do the keyword research. We figure out what GT and all that is using to split up the prompts, right? That we can optimize for. We figure all that out here. And then in week 3, we do we map out our pages. We actually build out the site. So if you're starting from scratch with a new site, this is great, right? And if you're doing an existing site, it doesn't matter. You could implement this in an existing site. And then week 4 is when we finally start building out the authority. Because we can't start building out the authority if you don't have all this stuff in order. If your pages are not mapped out correctly and you haven't done the research correctly and your content just sucks, then week 4 doesn't matter because it has to match. We're dealing with artificial intelligence now, where it actually understands what's on your page. It's not like Google where 95% of the ranks is just backlinks. Okay?
Khaled, I want to stop you right there. I can see you're pouring your heart out. I appreciate that, right? Like week 5 is the secret sauce to exploding AI mentioned. Week 6 is the SOP, so scale workflows.
Right, and those are not going to open right away. So when I say week, we might be waiting 2 weeks, for example, before one of these open, right? Because the only reason, this is another thing. The only reason I said fine, I can let people in cheaper, because I know nobody has this information, is because I'm still building out this content. I already have everything. Like I had it all ready since like 6 months ago. I wrote down every single video that I was going to do. Okay. Right now, I'm still producing some of these other weeks.
Khaled, I want to save your energy for tomorrow, man. You already over-delivered. I appreciate that, definitely. It's been an hour and 40 minutes you've been pouring out, right? I know there's a couple of people here saying, hey, man, this is a sales pitch. There's no value. That's fine. If you don't find value, I'm totally cool with that. Those who understand this value, they see the value, right? And if you can get it, great. If you cannot get it, great. I'm not the guy who's like, get it now, the offer's going away, Khaled's going to be there, right? But I want you to understand the reason I asked him to come and I literally went after him to come is he has something, he has put together something. Trust me, I still buy courses and I still get suckered into stuff. And maybe if I learn one thing that I can include in my SOP and my process, great. That's my mindset, right? And this guy, week 1 modules, all the videos I learned, I had to be like mind blown, stop, write it down, test it out. I was week 1 videos, right? And the coaching call, right? Not even the week 2. Week 2 market research is a whole different level, right? And I'm literally sending out these texts and emails to my past clients and getting, like, I have clients in the loop. I'm talking to Danny today evening, who's my salesperson, to like, we need to put a plan and go after clients. I can, if Khaled can make 80,000 this month, I can make 8,000 this month with this stuff, with what I know, with that email alone, right? So tomorrow, I want to bring him again, 12 noon, same time, Eastern time tomorrow. Jesse's like, I absolutely enjoy everything. I vibe with him. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jesse. Guys, can we give, I love you. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Give some love to Khaled. I don't want him to give away everything.